My experience with church, as some of you already heard, was not easy. I mean, I tried to really give myself over to God, but it was difficult. I kept running into the same type of people that only wanted to be seen and did not want you as a member of the church to be heard. And for the most part, you were not heard. Every church I went to, from a little boy to I became a grown up, the people were always treated like crap. And I hated it. I hated it. And I'm gonna tell you how they were treated like crap. For a long time, when I was searching for God and finding them all in all the wrong places, I kept finding God in churches that where people were selfish, self-centered, egotistical like you would not believe, arrogant. And I kept thinking, where are the people who really love God? Because I keep finding all these crazy people. Why can't I find the God that people talk about? And it's people, a loving, caring people. I just couldn't find it. Everywhere I went, it was the same. So by the time I got in my 20s, and now I'm married, I got with this organization that I thought, hey, maybe, just maybe, this is the right one because they're not talking about church. They don't even call themselves church. They call themselves Kingdom Hall. What was that? What was the Kingdom Hall about? So I started studying with a couple of witnesses. And I figured, well, hey, like if the guy was studying with me, notice that there are no crosses in the church? Yeah. Or the Kingdom Hall? Yeah. I didn't see any crosses or stained glass windows. Oh my God, none of that stuff. Maybe this could be better. Could be really God's people. And I studied more and I studied more. And I finally got to the point where I could be baptized. Went through a bunch of questions, over 100 questions. And they thought, oh yeah, you ready. So I get baptized. And that's when the hell really began. It was a struggle even getting up to that point. Tons of problems at home. Kids are just going through a lot. It was a struggle. But I thought if I just submit myself more to God, that my life would improve. It would get better. But it didn't. It got worse. The wife felt that those people were able to be manipulated into feeling that I was the problem. She was the victim. And a lot of them sided with her. And it just kept getting worse. And not just the marriage and the trying to be a witness was bad. You know what was really bad as I thought about it, as I was in there for a while? Some of the rules we already knew going in. We heard about witnesses don't celebrate holidays. But we had young kids and they never celebrated a birthday or a Christmas. They didn't celebrate anything. They couldn't go out for trick or treating. Everything that they could do was considered worldly and against Jehovah's will. So that added to the pressure of the marriage. The kids were being just miserable. We were miserable. And what we were told, you're doing Jehovah's will, hang in there. And then it came down to the point where we had to face the reality. If our kids faced a medical emergency and they had to have blood, we, as the parents, were supposed to rely on Jehovah to heal them. And if he didn't, don't give them the blood, let them die. You'll see him in the new kingdom. And that was a struggle for me because I thought, oh God, please don't never let that happen because I don't know what I have to pick between my children or God. Because I'm thinking God's gonna probably lose because I don't want to lose my children. And I was like, no, man, just hang in there. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything is fine. You're tripping out. Don't worry. And nothing did happen, thankfully. The kids are all grown. Now we got grandkids. But for years, we let that religion manipulate us. The marriage, what we watched on TV, what movies we went to see. Every facet of our lives was controlled by that religion. And I had a lot of people at the job, and everybody, hey man, you got to get out that shit, man. That stuff is bad for you. Oh man, you know, I don't know. It's a struggle, but and more people. I heard you became a witness. Oh man, you got man, it's bad people. No, you don't understand. But they were right. They were right. Those were some bad people. They were right because if they wasn't or couldn't manipulate your life, every time you try to do something, they had to have a say in it. They even told you what you could or couldn't do in your bedroom. They got to be too involved in your marriage. And with me, I was always having trouble. They were always coming to my house and saying, you're messing up. You're screwing up. Don't lie. One of the elders told me, don't lie. I'm like, lie about what? I'm not trying to lie. I'm trying to tell you what happened with all the craziness and the fights and the arguments with me and the wife. But it was all about you, the man. You're the one responsible. You're not leading your family. Therefore, you're not the solution, you're the problem. And it was just that back and forth for years. And finally, I like, even before the kids became grown, I was like, I'm out. It was nothing but a bad marriage that was going to get worse. That marriage ended, and I was fortunate enough, blessed if you want to say it, to meet a woman that was big heart, took all the kids in, and we lived as a family for years. And now we can do birthdays, we can do holidays, and the kids were able to have some birthdays while they were young, some Christmas time when they were young. See, this is the thing about religion. This is what I'm talking about when I say these are the things that I went through, these are the things that I saw. Your belief is your belief. I'm not here to challenge that or even question. I'm just telling you what I saw in these religions and the effect they had on me and my family. Because it did not bring us closer together. It shot us apart. We were always at opposite ends with religion. Now, my wife, my new wife, was religious too, but not fanatic, not crazy. She loved God. She loved Jesus. She loved us, even to this day. But we made religion work in our family, not work against us. I don't know how many people out there, Joe witnesses are getting away with murder. And they're always going to do it because they know how to manipulate the system, to know how to manipulate people's lives and make them feel that if you don't stay here, you're going to die. You got to stay a witness. Because if you don't stay a witness, we're going to kick you out and you're going to be held over by Satan. He's seemed like when I was in there, for me, seemed like we were always concerned about what Satan was going to do, how Satan is going to kill us, and how don't do this. And Satan. I'm like, man, what about Jehovah, Jehovah, Jehovah? Oh, no, it was all about fear and control. For me, that's what I picked up on the record. And like it was this thing about God and Satan. And it seemed like they were always teaching that Satan, indirectly or directly, was more powerful than God because that's all they feared. Oh, I'm about to get out of here, but I know this shadows are fading away. But I want you guys to think about what you're seeing in your church, what you're seeing in your life, and you ask yourself, Is this where I want to be? I'll see you guys in the next video.